Hey Donna McDon, welcome to another episode of our vlog, hosted by our diligent students, Aiko and Khanyi. This week, we present the subject of problem solving and design thinking, which will be discussed in today's episode. Stay tuned. The above simple cause and effects diagram that I designed illustrates the problems system. Aiko will then take over to navigate the diagram by addressing an overview of the wicked problem, a brief synopsis, why we believe innovation is important, and how design thinking is a useful tool to solve wicked problems.
Thank you, Khanyi, and let's get into it. According to Eskom, load shedding is done countrywide as a controlled option to respond to unplanned events to protect the electricity power system from a total blackout. Load shedding occurs when the demand for electricity is high due to peak periods where consumers need to use it the most, as well as a continuous growth in the number of consumers that require electricity services. This puts pressure on the supply grid of the country, and thus to protect it from collapsing, different stages of blackouts are implemented. These stages are periods whereby there is no electricity for consumers to use at all, and not just consumers in their own personal capacities, but business and industries as well. They are also affected negatively on a very large scale. When load shedding is implemented in any stage respectively, consumers are left struggling to do activities that require electricity and are left without basic needs such as running water, heat, as well as light. For example, water cannot be pumped from reservoirs or heated for either drinking or bathing or showering. Food is also wasted in the sense that food spills in fridges that are unpowered due to load shedding. Safety hazards also come into the conversation in the sense that people could forget to turn off their electrical appliances before load shedding happens, and then when the power returns, those electrical appliances that were left on are either damaged or just come on unnecessarily, wasting more electricity in the process. Businesses and industries, on the other hand, lose out on constructive hours and productivity in the time that they could be manufacturing their products as well as rendering their services. Lots of money is lost in terms of profits because of how load shedding restricts the actions that actually bring in said profits. Innovation. Innovation plays a huge role in the advancement of society as a whole. The problems experienced in society, especially ones that do not have one-dimensional solutions to them or show no signs of being immediately remedied, require innovation to actually have any chance of being solved or to a certain extent be remedied. Looking at innovation as a concept, it is essentially the commercialization of new and unfounded ways to solve either existing problems such as load shedding or potential problems that could occur in the future. Therein lies the importance of innovation. It is essentially a necessary catalyst in developing original concepts. Companies that are innovative and therefore produce ideas that are outside of the box are more inclined to set their organization in a different paradigm, thus identifying new opportunities and the best methods to solve problems. Innovation as a whole utilizes new ways of thinking that can add value to ideas that are already in existence, as well as make considerable changes in society as a whole. Innovation enhances society's capacity to act, according to J. Killian in 2019. More so for businesses, innovation helps with inherently the maintenance of relevance in the competitive market. Conclusively, the ability to solve critical problems depends on the creation of new innovations. Design thinking is a useful tool in solving wicked problems, in the sense that firstly, it is a type of thinking that requires the act of empathizing, which in the case of load shedding as a problem would be prevalent in understanding people's experiences and how they are affected in their personal capacities, so as to find solutions that seek to rectify the problem based on those effects. Secondly, the stage of design thinking that comes after that requires the definition of the needs and problems of the people affected. This goes on to be an analysis that essentially focuses on the information about the needs and problems acquired from the people directly, centering them in the conversation of how to solve the problem as a whole. The research done on the first step, which was the empathy stage, finding out how many people do not have access to basic needs because of load shedding, paves the way to finding a solution that is all-rounded and essentially solve problems that people are actually going through. Or, in the very least, solutions that would help people resolve issues easier or navigate the situations easier are able to become up with. The third stage of design thinking is the actual coming up of the ideas to address the issue at hand, looking at different perspectives that have been provided by different people that had been researched from. The team will have to brainstorm ideas at the start of the stage so as to not limit creativity and encourage free thinking to generate as many ideas as possible. From the ideas generated from the third stage, the fourth stage, which is the prototype stage, will require scaling down and picking out the best idea that addresses each of the problems identified, with the fifth stage being the last stage, requires testing out the solutions that have been generated to see which one fits the best in all aspects.
Thank you, Aiko. Now back to me. I designed an empathy map and used people from the case study as personas to design a load shedding cause and effect map that shows their key problems. I then became more creative by adding an empathy map between a male and female with the age range from 18 to 35 to illustrate their thinking process and problem solving. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, bye.